On 15th October, Israel actually saw a lot of losses. First of all, Hezbollah actually targeted Israeli bulldozers and tanks near the border of Lebanon. Second of all, Iraqi resistance forces actually targeted areas of Israel that used to belong to Palestine at one point. Third of all, since Israel was attacking United Nations peacekeeping forces in Lebanon, the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni actually went to visit the parts of Lebanon. She went to visit the parts where the UN interim forces in Lebanon were attacked. This is important as she is the first European leader to visit Lebanon after this war broke out between Israel, Hezbollah, and Hamas in Lebanon and Palestine. And finally, after such a long time and after international pressure was mounting, the US finally gave Israel an ultimatum: if they don't let more aid into Gaza, which a very little amount of it has been going into it so far, then they're going to reduce the supply of weapons that they give to Israel, and they have given Israel 30 days to increase the aid that goes into Gaza. If within 30 days the humanitarian aid going into Gaza does not increase, then basically the US will reduce the amount of weapons it gives to Israel. And we all know that without American support, Israel cannot do that much to defend itself. That is why basically this threat from America that they will reduce the amount of weapons they give to Israel, it's going to be a huge threat. And of course, we cannot forget the 4 soldiers that died on 14th of October as well. They died in the Golani Brigade base attack that Hezbollah did on Israel. Just one Hezbollah drone managed to kill 4 people in Israel. They were all teenagers. On top of that, we can see that the Israeli public is not that brave. They are leaving to different countries, and basically this is the amount of loyalty, almost none of it, as they're leaving. Ever since this war began, many Israeli Jews have left Israel. Of course, I'm talking about the war that began on October 7th, not the entire history. And of course, Benjamin Netanyahu is in a lot of trouble now. He has waged war against Iran, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and also basically Yemen and Iraq. Yemen and Iraq have actually involved themselves in this war. So now here are the list of the countries that are fighting Israel at the moment. We have Iran, we have Iraq, we have Yemen, and we also have a lot of other countries basically that are neighboring to Israel. And Jordan and Saudi Arabia have said they will stay out of it, and Syria is involving itself a bit here as well. So it's about 3 to 4 countries that Benjamin Netanyahu is fighting this war against, and there are still 64 or so hostages in Gaza that were taken by Hamas on October 7th. So Benjamin Netanyahu has not done anything about that either, except the small hostage exchange that only gave about 30 or 40 hostages, leaving 60 more out of the 100 that Hamas took on that day. Let's not forget they recently burnt a hospital in Gaza, the Al-Aqsa hospital, and many Palestinian people have burnt to death there. This has increased the global criticism of basically Israel's incursion into Gaza. And Benjamin Netanyahu and Yoav Gallant and everyone else in the Israeli government has a lot of explaining to do, that who were they targeting in a place where basically people had taken shelter after the hospital was blown up. People had set up tents outside that hospital. Now those tents are on fire. Like, who were they targeting here? And is this defense? Is killing a bunch of people by burning them to death defense? And to all the Americans and all the other Western countries supporting Israel, I say, why do you people support this slaughter? Why?